You are joining us for our final reveal episode of project number 1, and there are so many cool things going on here. I can't wait to show it off. This is just something that brings me so much joy, coming back to our water features that are running just how we wanted. They're looking like they're being enjoyed. They've been enhanced by the clients, and it just brings me so much energy to come back to these. I feel a sense of joy, a sense of pride, and a sense of honor. Anytime a client chooses us, we take that very seriously. We are really commissioned artists, and for us to say what we're going to do for someone is very much trying to paint a waterfall with our hands and kind of showing our vision and speaking through our vision. Unfortunately, my art doesn't translate to paper very well. I never learned how to really get happy with it translating my art to paper. I do very much find a lot of happiness when I can create a piece of art for someone. And what I love about this is that my team took this on and really ran with this waterfall. I said the main goal is we're going to have 3 features at this home. And one of the things I really want is that they're going to have different feels to them. So when you're sitting here, I'm on the staircase that leads us up to the pond, the pool area, but this is a fireplace area where they have their own outdoor fire pit, and they have an awesome seating area for it. And what used to be here was a staircase that kind of led up into these trees. And she said, what can we do with this? And I thought, man, you know what would be perfect for this spot? A pondless waterfall. Something that's a little bit more subtle, feels like a mountain stream, feels like something that you'd be walking through the woods and then all of a sudden you stumble upon your own waterfall. The way Adam created this waterfall really vibes with me. It's some things that I might not have normally done, like this last waterfall rock where it hugs and falls down that. We call that a slide waterfall because the water is sliding down that really cool rock. He picked that rock out right away, and I like that he picked it because it has the ability to create a framing rock as well as a waterfall rock in one stone. And then he decided to have this really cool rolling falls at the start. And something that really excites me when I look at this is just how much water motion he was able to get in such a small space. So one of the things with us is that we're really trying to set our team free to be artists and create on their own. And every time we give them a chance, they keep impressing me and exceeding my expectations. They are literally creating works of art themselves. And what I love about it is that it is very representative of something you would see with our Pond King Water Garden team. We're choosing character boulders that are in the right spot. We're choosing the color combination so that your eye travels across these boulders. They're mixing in textures, so we're using small rock, we're using gravel, we're using large stones, and then what they also did a really good job with was finding moss in the woods to get this to feel a little softer. And then I get so honored when I come back because our clients love their water features. And one of the things that really shows me that a client is loving their water feature is when they add their own personal touches. We've got a cool little statue over there. She did a great job of adding a couple of little plants just to soften it up. But this is really to make a calming experience when you're sitting here, because you want to be able to hear the crackling of the fire. You want to be able to feel a little more soothing. And one of the things that these water features do for people is it brings them peace and harmony. You feel a sense of tranquility when you're sitting by one of our waterfalls. And when I told Adam the goals, he totally nailed it. I really vibe with this waterfall. It's something that really just feels like it was always here, has a great soothing sound, and he did a really good job of not making it feel chaotic, but something that you would stumble in the woods and has a very good flow to it. And not only did Adam do a good job placing the stones, Brad came in and nailed the details. And while that was happening, Sam kept them all full with rock and gravel, really feeding them, making sure that they kept everything going the way they needed. And Sam's been doing a great job of just making sure he's keeping up with their rock needs, cleaning up the job site, and just saying yes to anything we ask of them. I'm so excited to have the team I have on hand right now. We have an outstanding team. Everybody is just jumping in with a great attitude about how we can help provide this experience for our clients, because what we do is something that is very hard to describe just using words. But that's what we love about our YouTube channel, is it gives you a sense of what could be done. I think what's really fun about this is that you're gonna be able to see the before, how it was kind of an unused space, a staircase that kind of was leading you up into more mature trees. It used to be a pathway to the back staircase, but these trees have grown so beautifully that it just became a wasted space. And one of the things that we love about a water feature is it turns an underused space into the new hotspot. One of the things that is just bringing me so much excitement on this project is is how there are different themes. There are 3 different water features we built here, and each one of them has a different feel to it. And the cool thing about a water feature is you can have all these different places to entertain. So you can have a group of family and friends hanging out by the fire, and then when they want to go, they can go over and sit by the pond that's up top. And if they get tired of that pond, they can go sit in the swings. And I can't wait to show you the swings because Adam did such an excellent job with those. It's something he'd never built before, but we asked him to take on that task, and man, he nailed it. He hit the ball out of the park with that one. So this is a pondless waterfall. We're running a 2 to 4,000 gallon an hour pump. They have it turned down a little bit, so it's a little bit more soothing of a sound, but I think it just really fits the space nicely, and it feels like it's coming out behind the woods. So when you're sitting by the fire, it kind of transports you into another dimension where all of a sudden you're in this own little private space and you're enjoying this space for what it is. And I can't wait to come back. I'll be back this evening and we'll get to see what it looks like with the underwater lights on. That's one of my favorite times to look at these water features. There's something so magical about the water crashing over the light, and when that light makes a really cool dancing, glimmering effect on all the tree line. My hat is off to you guys, Adam, Brad, Sam. You guys did an excellent job, and I can't forget Justin. Justin is such an expert at making sure the quality is there. Justin handles a lot of our maintenance calls and hands them off to our maintenance specialist, Dave, who's also Justin's dad. And Dave does such a wonderful job of keeping our clients happy, informed, and educated on how to take care of their water feature. But being that they're father and son, they talk a lot about what is working, where problems might have been. And I'm so proud to say that in the last 2 years, we have not had but 2 callbacks on our brand new builds. And that's usually because there was some settling happening, creating a low edge, and all we had to do is just unfold the liner, pack up some dirt against that, hide the liner again, and it was almost like it was never a problem. So that's one of the things I love, being that those 2 are talking to each other and really describing what's going on with our water features. Justin comes in with the eye of how to make sure that this is going to withstand the test of time. I'm often the guy who has the big vision and I can see the big picture, but I'm not always so good at the small steps. And oftentimes the team says, hey Nick, we're on details, you need to get out of here. You're not all that good at the detail work. And I used to be offended by that, but now I'm really quite proud of that because the guys have really learned how to take my vision and make it even look better than what I envisioned. And that is something that just really gets me so tickled because it's something that's so hard to describe, knowing that you have a team behind you that's got your back to make sure that we bring what we talk to our clients about to life and that it's going to withstand the test of time. This has been running for about 2 months now and it just looks so nice and inviting. The water's crystal clear, the moss is growing and expanding, and I think the cool rocks that we have in different spots really just sell the idea that this was always here. So again, this is something we can do in a small space. This is one of our smaller pondless waterfalls, but if you have a space in your yard where you're like, gosh, I have almost that same footprint, it's probably only 15 feet long by about 6-7 feet wide that we had to work with, but we really were able to make it feel natural. And that's our goal, is we always want it to feel like it's something you might have stumbled upon while you were hiking through the woods. And I think the guys did a really good job with it. Well, with that being said, I'm gonna give you some highlights of this one. We'll do some different video footage. We'll do some slow-mo with our other camera, and we'll get the drone in the air for you with our photographer, and they'll be able to show it off for you guys. I can't wait to show off the next feature. So with that being said, we'll show this off for a little bit, give you a little music montage, and let's go head up over to the pond. That is another really cool masterpiece, and I think you're gonna be liking what we've created for our client here. And then the last hurrah is the swing set water feature that we built. We have 3 bubbling spheres, one of them being a fire sphere, and they all have lights on it, and it was made with blue trap rock. So we used the field stone here because it blends in with what was already here. The cool thing is, on the other features you're gonna see, we were able to start fresh with that blue trap rock, and it is so cool because it's this congruent look. look. But I could talk about this all day. It's something that just ignites my passion, and I just get super energized coming back to these, where I just feel so grateful that this is what I get to do for a living, and so grateful to you, our viewers and our clients, who have given us an opportunity to create for you, who show interest in this. And if this is something that you have a spot in your yard that you want to reignite with some excitement, I think moving water is one of the best ways to do that. But we'll talk more as we start heading up to the other features. All right, so this is the second feature we built, and this is the reason we were called in originally. She had an old water feature here, and it just wasn't what she wanted exactly. She wanted some more dramatic rocks, more dramatic falls, and then when we started talking and she saw what we did for her mom with these bubbling walls, she said, I would really like to have those too. So this has got a whole different theme to it as it does over there, as we used fieldstone on the pondless waterfall. Here, we use that blue trap rock, and I just love using this blue trap rock because we got all these cool lines where rocks intersect with each other in such a great way. They have really cool rustic feels to them, with the reds popping and the rust coming out of some of the rocks, and it has this really cool congruent look, like something you would see in the North Shore. This is a really fun feature for us. There's so many cool things going on here. We've got an intake bay where the water's swooping across here, so anything that might land on the surface gets pulled over to the intake bay. We've got ourselves a set of walls, so we have 3 different walls with 9 jets coming out, creating that awesome look. The main goal with this water feature was to be able to enjoy it from where they like to spend most of their time, which is by the pool on one of these tables. But one of the other things that's important to us as designers is kind of envisioning where you see it from inside the house. So we knew that they had an awesome picture window that they like to look out very frequently, and we wanted to make sure that the waterfall was enticing you and pulling you up to come and look at it. So we have the waterfall going towards the house and twisting back and around. And then again, I get so honored when I come back. It just really excites me too, coming back and seeing when our clients add all these plants to it, because that's really what sets these things off, is when people add their green touch to it. She has an excellent green thumb. She was able to place really cool groupings of plants together. The backdrop of those hydrangeas blooming is just so special. It feels like this belongs here. And it was a challenging build because we had to build from our far point and build our way back because of access. But you know what? The guys didn't shy away from it. Once we came up with a solid game plan, we were able to execute. And that's one of the things that's really fun for me, is when we can take on a challenging build and still create that high level of creativity that makes it feel like this water feature belongs here. One of the things that she asked is that if you could leave gravel along the pool edge, because sometimes it gets a little wild in the pool when they're playing basketball, and I don't want to put plants there because the chlorinated water is just going to end up killing the plants. We said absolutely. Justin took that on, and he did a really good job making it feel like a shoreline. And again, I can't say enough good things about our team. Our guys' attention to detail and quality, and really thinking longevity, helped us really pull off an amazing water feature. Looking at it, I just see so many things that I am enjoying and just really excite me. She's got some koi fish in here now. We use the new Aquascape fertilizer for the lilies, and we've got multiple blooms of flowers coming up through the water. I think the way we did the waterfall coming towards the house and twisting was just an excellent use of that 5,000 to 9,000 gallon an hour pump. So we do have two pumps on this. We've got a 5,000 to 9,000 gallon an hour pump running the walls and another one running the waterfall. So if you're looking at this and you're like wondering what kind of flow rate we're looking at, it's always surprising to me how when we put those 5,000 to 9,000 gallon an hour pumps through a jet, what that water looks like versus what it would look like when you do a waterfall. One of the things she sent us a picture of was having some sheet waterfalls. She was really drawn to those. We said absolutely. So our guys found the right rocks and got them in the right spot. Adam again did some really cool rock work. Brad came in and did some really awesome rock work together. Adam and Brad are a really good team together. Brad is very good at making sure that we don't put something in the wrong spot, creating a problem, but he also has an excellent creative eye, and Adam is just a natural artist as well. So when we combine these guys, we get a high quality piece of artwork that is going to stand the test of time. And this was Sam's first project with us, and he just came in right away with a great attitude, and he just started helping with whatever he could, whatever we asked him to do. And we were teaching him along the way, and then he started taking on some of the detail work himself and did a really good job with this shoreline. All these rocks are strong, they're sturdy, they're stable, so if you're walking on them, it's not going to move under your feet, and that's another thing that is really important to us. We don't want someone to come onto this awesome standing rock where we have a great spot in front of this lily over here. I'm walking off the camera, sorry. But we have an awesome standing boulder to come and stand on. And what I love about our destination boulders is they're really meant to be inviting. We really want you to come up and interact with your water feature. We want you to stare into it. We want you to get lost in watching those fish. Feel what it's like to feel that sense of peace as you see them gracefully swimming through the water. Again, I get so excited and honored coming back to our features because they're working the way we want. We've got clear water. There is a little film on the surface right now, and that's probably because she just turned up the ion gen to get a hold of any algae that might grow. When you go with this blue stone, it seems to heat up a little bit more in the sun, and we can totally counteract any of that algae by using our ion gen system with an auto doser. So she's got all the bells and whistles on this. I can't wait to see what this looks like with the lights on. We've got so many fun things happening right now. I can already see some spider webs. We've got dragonflies flying in the background. I'm sure there's tons of birds going in here. We've got our Pond King statue hidden. She came in with a beautiful Japanese maple, and Adam found the right spot to put that. So I think this turned out like another one of our masterpieces. It is just something that I feel so grateful to have the privilege to be able to do this for our clients. It is, again, it's very hard to describe just what we're going to do for people, how much care goes into this, but we put our heart and soul into building these, and to come back and see it well loved, having plants running just how we want, really ignites my passion, really energizes me and makes me want to go build more. Today has been a blessing because I've been able to go to other water features we built, doing some more final reveals, meeting with some clients that we're getting to create for in the future here. And that's what really gets me all full of energy. And like I said, I get energized because I love building connections with clients. We have a saying that our clients become friends way sooner than our friends become clients. But at Pond King Water Gardens, we are so grateful to say that we have both of those. And I have become friends with our clients here, and it's such a cool thing because what we do for people is very hard to describe, but we stand by our work. We are going to provide you with a customized piece of artwork. I like to tell people that we really are commissioned artists because what we do is all based on feel. These rocks, though it might sound a little weird, they kind of speak to us. And even though we're custom picking these boulders at the rock yard with ideas of where we might want to put them, when we start actually placing them in the spots, that oftentimes changes because they just don't feel right. So it's a very feeling thing. And then right now, I'm already feeling a sense of peace and harmony just by being in the presence of this crashing water. The negative ions are pouring all over me. They're helping me feel even more calm, tranquil, and relaxed just by standing by this. Remember, those positive ions build up on us when we're sitting watching TV under artificial light in our air-conditioned homes or when our furnaces are running. We are meant to be outside, and that's one of the things I love about our job, is it helps our clients go outside more and interact with nature. And these are just a beacon for calling in birds and calling in Mother Nature. And as you can see, we've got all sorts of dragonflies flying in the background. I see spider webs. It's just so fun. I could talk all day, as you know. I love when I come back to one of our masterpieces and it's running just the way we want. So to our clients, thank you so much, because you've done an excellent job caring for your water feature, enhancing your water feature, and really making it feel like you love it. And to me, that's one of the greatest honors, is coming back to one of our water features and knowing that you love it, knowing that you want to spend time with it, and that you're caring for it. And that's so great for us, because we all put our heart and soul into what we do, and to come back and see it loved is just like a huge compliment to all of us. So I'm honored, and I feel grateful, and I feel very privileged to be able to do this. And if you're thinking about redoing a waterfall or redoing a pond, a lot of our clients hire us to do that. Oftentimes their water feature might be 20, 25 years old or even older, and they're ready to have new technologies, new techniques, and having all the things that we do. Now we put in a fish tunnel, and that fish tunnel is right under our feeding rock, and I've already seen her koi swim in and out of that tunnel while I've been here. It's just a really fun thing. But if you're like, you know what, I've had a pond forever and I just don't want to care for fish anymore, maybe now is the right time to think about converting it over to a pondless waterfall. We have a lot of clients who do that as well, where they just don't want to have fish anymore. Maybe they're traveling a little more, maybe they're upper age and they don't want to really have to care for what it takes to, don't really want to put in the care that it takes to have a water garden. Converting to a pondless waterfall is an excellent idea. Again, that's the first thing we stopped and looked at. Beauty of a pondless waterfall is that you can turn it on and off however you like. So if you're going to be traveling for a month, just turn it off. And then what I always recommend to people is when you get home and you start unpacking your car, turn on the waterfall, because any of that stagnant water smell will be gone within 5 to 10 minutes. So by the time you unload your car, it's ready for you to enjoy. But this is the perfect setting because you can see it from the windows of the house. It's designed around being able to really enjoy it from where they spend most of their time, but it's right up against a pool. Oftentimes people say, well, I already have a pool, but the pool doesn't provide that sound of running water, and that's where that tranquility comes from. That's where you're going to feel the most peace and harmony, is when you're really sitting by the water that's moving and crashing. Again, it's science, it's those negative ions, and that's something you have to feel. So if there's a water feature that you see here and you want to go through the process of getting a design service with us, you get me to come out or Adam, and we'll talk about what your goals are, how you like to enjoy water features, where you like to spend the most time, what windows are looking at it. And then from there, we can start giving you a proposal. And if you really want to see something in person, once you've gone through our design service, most of our clients are happy to let you come and check out their water feature in person. So we do ask that either you sign up for our pond tours that are coming up, or you sign up for a design service, that we're not just inviting a random person to someone's house, but we have vetted them and made sure that they are very serious about this so they can feel confident about opening up their house. And I can't wait to show you what we're up to, because we have some really cool opportunities ahead of us this year. We're already booked for 2025, and I feel so lucky to be able to say that, because we've worked since 2007 to get our name known as the best water feature artist in Minnesota, and now we can really say that with a lot of confidence because we have people calling us a lot. They tune into our YouTube channel here, they subscribe, they reach out to us on our website, www.pondkingwatergardens.com, or they call our office at 952-454-3101. Our receptionist will be happy to walk you through what the process is like. We'll send you out a questionnaire about your water feature, and we ask that you do fill that out before we come to your house, because that's going to give me and Adam great ideas to start flowing in our mind about what kind of water feature we're going to be able to design for you. And then we actually perform the work. We stand by our work, and when we give you a proposal, that's going to be your proposal. It's not going to be tricking you into spending more money, but oftentimes people do like the idea of add-ons and doing additions, having us do their plantings, maybe adding some pathway lights, maybe expanding the water feature, or adding something like these bubbling walls. I just think what we get to do is so unique, and I am honored that this is our career. So thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for subscribing. You're fueling our fire, and you're igniting our passion to be able to keep creating for people. With that being said, there's one more feature to show off, and I'm going to take you over there now. We'll talk about it, but I wanted to give you some cool footage of this running. We'll have some slow-mo, we'll have a little music montage, we'll show you the different sounds of the waterfall, and then we're gonna go over to our bubbling sphere with a cool customized swing set. So let's go give you this cool video of what this is all doing, show off the highlights, and then we're gonna go over to the sphere area. And one of the things you can see in the background is the pergola swing. That's already letting people know there's something back there. So like when you're sitting here and you approach this, you're already intrigued, there's already mystery. What's going on back there? Well, you're about to find out. Keep watching and we're gonna show that off for you. Well, this is the first time I've actually gotten to sit in one of these swings, and this whole area was designed around this idea. She sent me a picture of these pergola swings, and I was like, you know, I've got an excellent guy who does woodworking. His name's Adam, and I think he can definitely pull this off. If you remember, Adam built the bridge for her mom, and that bridge turned out so special and unique. He did such an excellent job of blending the woodworking to match the color of the home at that log cabin. If you have not yet seen it, it's project number 11 from 2024. We do have a final reveal that came out in the spring here. Go ahead and watch that. But what we did was we created its own unique space. Again, this is something you can see from the windows, and it's pulling you out here to come in and enjoy this. This swing is super comfortable. I'm just sitting here relaxing, and what we have is a set of spheres, 3 different spheres. We've got our small sphere, and then something we haven't installed until this project, which is our fire sphere. So that's a medium sphere, and you can see we've got the cover on there so that when it's not being used, it's not getting full of water from the rain. And then we have our large sphere. Everything's customized with larger plumbing so that we can get this impressive water flow. And what I love about it is each one has a different flow to it that has its own uniqueness. So when you're sitting here, you're kind of catching yourself drifting off into the tranquil feeling of just feeling at peace and calmness. It's so relaxing to just sit in a swing, and you feel like your own private little world sitting in the swing that's hugging me. And it's very calming. I could just sit here and relax and enjoy this all day. One of the things we did with this project was we had an old retaining wall here that was made out of the field stone boulders, but because we wanted to have the Japanese feel, which I think Adam did such a good job with these clean lines on this pergola swing to make it feel like you have a Japanese theme going on here, we wanted that to carry over with the type of rock we used. And in the Japanese design, they do a lot of straight lines. So that's why this blue trap rock is so great for helping you feel like you have a Japanese themed garden. We've got nice straight lines that are interacting with each other. We've got some huge boulders. And again, our team did just an excellent job. Brad helped me do the plumbing on this, helped me position these, helped me place all the boulders, and then did an excellent job just really helping break up everything with his design eye, really helping it feel like a cool shoreline. Adam did the whole pergola on his own in his woodworking shop, and then we came and installed it, and it went so smoothly. We were all kind of a little nervous because it'd been the first time we'd done something like this, but we were able to get it in here, get the concrete footings poured, and it went really smoothly, where when things go so smoothly you start getting a little nervous. But all that is preparation meeting execution, and Adam did a great job of preparing, studying, and figuring out just what was needed to create this awesome pergola swing that you can just sit in and relax. So these are very comfortable. I love that we did the dark tones of not only the metal work that's on the swings are black, but the swings themselves are dark. So it really helps this water feature pop. The other thing I really love about it is that Sam came in and did all the flagstone work with Brad, and they just took it on. That's not always an easy thing to get these so that they're nice and stable, but they did a really good job with feeling balanced and stable and really welcoming. So when you're sitting here, you could just kind of drift off, and it'll be so fun to come back tonight where you can feel the fire and the heat of the fire. So that was part of our design, was making sure that this was close enough that you get to experience the fire and enjoy the warmth of the fire, but that two of the people that'll be sitting here get it the most, and then the other two are starting to feel it too. The thing I love about this is the height of these pergolas make it really where you want to come start walking over here. It's so inviting. Again, this is totally my vibe, right up my alley on something that I could have at my own home. It's something that we're working for. So like, I really want to have multiple water features, and this is exactly what I want to have at my own home. A nice spot to just sit and relax, have a cold glass of water at the end of the day, maybe start reading a book, and just kind of drifting away into the sound of running water. The negative ions you feel here are instantly calming. I like to tell people our water features are felt. So if you really want to know the impact of a water feature, we highly advise that you check out one of our tours and that you come and see one in person, because I promise you that if you're on the edge and you're like, I could really see it, but I'm not so sure, once you come to experience one and you feel what this feels like in person, you start wondering how you could live without it. That's one of my favorite compliments that a client will give us is, now that I have a water feature, I don't know how I'm going to live without it. And it really does make your house a home. That's what's really so unique about a water feature. There's magic in this moving water, and when you feel it, when you drift away in it, when you just kind of close your eyes and it has that ever-present feel to it, you kind of start dropping your defenses and you start just feeling like you're in the moment. And then you start seeing all the beautiful flowers they have planted. You start seeing the rock work, the uniqueness of all the rocks. You kind of forget about all the daily troubles and stresses, and you really are able to bring yourself and immerse yourself into the moment you're in. And that's one of the things I just love about what we get to do for people, is that we help them forget about the daily stresses of life and just kind of drift away into the moment. And one of my favorite sayings is, we want you to turn off the plug and drug, the TV, even though we know you're watching us here on YouTube, and go out and start making memories with your family, because time is limited for all of us, and the best thing you can do is create memories with the ones you love while you still have them. And I'm so honored that I was able to bring my dad to many of our water features, and my mom still likes to go to them too, and she just, any awesome mom tells me how good I am at it, how proud of me she is, and you know, that just fills my heart. It just makes me so energized that this is what I get to do for people, and we really get to help them enjoy their home more and really feel like when they get home, they're at home. It's not just a house, it's their home. And that's what's so fun about our process, is we can totally customize the water feature to help you feel like you're more at home. And I honestly wish I didn't have plans going, because I could sit here and hang out all day. This is the perfect relaxation station. With that being said, I'm gonna start showing off these spheres, showing off the woodwork, and really showing off our rock work that we did here, and showing off just how unique these are, how each one has its own different sound, and just how this is maybe the perfect thing for you in your yard. The cool thing about a sphere is you can put them in the front yard, you can do just one by itself, you could do multiple spheres, but you can make it where it's, again, like a pondless waterfall. You can turn it on and off however you like. So if you're gonna be gone for a month, just turn it off. You don't even have to worry about it. But the cool thing with what we do is we always set these up to be set up to be like autopilot. So we have an automatic top-off valve that's filling this up whenever there's evaporation. But we've had so much rain lately that it's already full and you don't even have to worry about it. Again, I just want to say thank you to our clients. She's added her own personal touches with plantings here and done an excellent job. And I just think that it's such an honor that we get to come back to these and see them running the way we want and seeing them loved just how we envisioned. There's nothing better than coming back to one of our water features and seeing it enhanced by our clients, or even having them ask us how we might enhance it, because adding plants will help soften it, help it make it feel more welcome, and really pulls together what this outdoor living is like. We want you interacting with Mother Nature. We want you to have plants that are your own, different colors happening at different seasons, and bird attractors and bee attractors and things that are just gonna pull in Mother Nature. And man, this is just like the perfect backdrop. Such a beautiful property. There's hardly any neighbors that you can see when you're sitting here, and you feel like you're engrossed in your own little private paradise. It's not hard to see why I love my job, is it? We have an outstanding team. We get to do outstanding work, and it's because of you guys that we get opportunities. So we are truly grateful that you trust us, trust our vision, and give us these opportunities to create, because coming back and seeing this and feeling this, its own magic. And it's totally my vibe. It fills my heart up. I can totally just hang out here and really just feel so grateful. Well, with that being said, if you have not yet, now's a great time to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Turn on the notification bell, hit that like button, drop us a comment. If this is something you could see in your property and you're somewhere else, not in Minnesota, we do travel during the winter months, and we would love the opportunity to create for you. If it's something you want a little sooner, we have a network of friends all over the globe that can create this for you. And they are just as talented, if not more talented than we are. And we would love the opportunity just to help encourage you to have a water feature and get that sound of running water at your home. I'm Nick the Pond King. I'm extremely grateful that this is my career, and I'm so glad that you tuned in today. And again, you can reach us at 952-454-3101, or you can go to our website, www.pondkingwatergardens.com, where you'll learn tons about water features. We've got all sorts of great blog posts, about us page, different showcases of our work from ponds, waterfalls, and fountain features, and we can give you little tips and tricks too. So go check out our webpage, or if you just want to skip all that, call our direct number and line up a design service so we can show you what's even possible at your property. Because I guarantee you that if you have a space that's underused, this is the great way to get it to be used again. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure to watch next week, because we'll be showing off a whole nother project, another cool opportunity to create, and it is such a grateful thing. It's something that I truly treasure to be able to create for people, and I'm just elated sitting here. It kind of makes me emotional thinking about how much work we put into this and then coming back and seeing it so well loved. I'm very lucky. All right, everyone. As you know, I can talk all day about what I love because this is such a passion of mine. And coming back and seeing it, sitting in this pergola swing, man, it is so relaxing. Well, with that being said, I better get you over to the music montage and show off these water features, let you hear what they sound like without me talking. And then we'll ask you to tune in next week. Thanks, everybody. We are Pond King Water Gardens, where we create living works of art 1 yard at a time.